Hello and welcome, Toby from Ridercam TV, and today I'm going to put on my panniers, something just to protect the front of them, because look at the state of those. And that's just come from the road salt and all the dirt that's been on the roads while I've been out riding, and every time I come back to my bike it makes my bike look awful. I'm really unhappy that these have been pitted. So I'm going to give them a bit of a clean up, and then I'm going to make a template from just a sheet of A4, just a little sheet of A4, and then I've got some matte black vinyl to go onto there, and this will face to the front of the bike, just so that it will make it a little bit neater, and I can be a bit more happy with when I come back to the bike that it actually looks good. So as you can see, the A4 bit of paper is the exact width that I need, because I want to have a little bit of a gap in between, and I know that I'm never going to be able to get rid of all of that horrible bit there, but if I take the vinyl right up to there, I don't want it to start peeling off and then look even worse. So I'm going to start at the top and make sure that it's kind of in the right place. And like I say, it's not an exact science, this. Not an exact science at all, especially when you're using a bit of A4 just to trace around. But what I will do is, once I've got the lines that I kind of want, rather than cutting it out and heading straight over to the vinyl and sticking it on, what I'll do is I'll make sure that I cut a little bit more liberally along the lines, so I'm not going to make exact cuts to start with, because those exact cuts won't be right. So I should cut inside the lines first, and then I can nibble bits out to get the exacting fit as I'm working along. So really rough, probably really bad drawing, and so I'm going to cut those bits out. So I've cut it out now, and you can see that it's overhanging there, it's not right there, it's not right here. But what I've not done is cut to the lines, because I've done it before and I've cut to the lines and it's been totally wrong, and I've had to restart. So now that's in place, I can get my trusty pen, and the only reason I use this pen isn't so much for the marks, it's so that it can help me crease the paper to exactly where I need it. Now I'm a little bit OCD, I guess, because I want the lines to be the same size. So I've got that line on the outside, round about the same sort of size as the line here, perhaps a little bit more over. And I want it straight because it's going to be black. I want it to look good and match the bike. So I'm going to use I don't know whether that will focus, but one of the nibs on the pen, so that I can kind of angle where I want to cut. I don't want it to be right down onto the black, onto this black trim. I want it to be cut around it in quite a uniform margin, or having quite a uniform margin all the way around. So I'm using the pen to my advantage. And this is a little bit by eye on the big locking mechanism. fantastic. So nearly there, so all that remains to do is to cut round the vinyl. So here's my template or my finished piece. Cut round the rivets, just about the right amount of silver, or the box or margin should I say, around the outside. So it's time to try and stick this on without it going horribly wrong. So because it's a really strange shape, what I did for the back of my panniers, and I'll show you that when I've put these on, is I put this on first, the bottom bit, and just rolled it on. So let's see if this will work this time. And what I'm doing is just gently going up the box, just peeling the backing off as I go along, and letting the vinyl just fall into place on its own. Literally putting no pressure on anything. But I'm just making sure that I'm not getting loads of bubbles and creases along the line as it's going on. I like to use microfiber cloths just to make sure that all the bits where I haven't quite got it right, just pushed in right, so it doesn't start peeling up. And then just put a bit of pressure on just to get rid of these bubbles. I've cut the template for the other pannier, the other side. So all I'm going to do now is trace this onto the black vinyl, cut the black vinyl out, and then stick the vinyl on. So this is the finished vinyl, not wrap, but vinyl stickers onto my box. Makes them look 10 times better. I think that black actually really goes well with the black of the bike.